It's the Social Revolution. I'm John Nayler, and in this concept show, we're doing something a little bit different. We do interviews in the eCentral Business Show, but in the Social Revolution, it's about having a bit of a rant, having a bit of a conversation. And today I've got Cassie Woodforth in.
How's it going?
Well, pretty good. Now we've got the Facebook logo here. Let's talk about Facebook, eh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Now, it was a revelation. You came in this morning and you've told me not on Facebook. What's going on?
I'm really stubborn, and yeah, I know. Can you believe it? No, Facebook, it's consuming. It's almost like soul sucking in a sense. If you don't really know how to limit yourself and switch on and off, you're just flicking through it mindlessly and you're letting it just take over your life. And that was me last year, just going, nah.
Oh, really? You're hook, line and sinker.
Yeah, I just took a
We'd lost Cassie to the Matrix.
Yeah, all my friends thought I deleted them, and they were like, "What's wrong with you, me?"
Oh, that is the thing that happens when you do
they took it personally.
When you do boot yourself off Facebook, everybody else takes it hard. Oh, isn't that that's a revelation in itself, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. It's been really relieving. I have less obligations as well, and I get to choose when I be a bit more social as well. So I've become more of an extroverted introvert.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So there's a definite upside around that. Well, that's one thing that I concern myself, and even as a question I've put to people lately, is about, with social media and what we see happening, say, in nightclubs and in nightclub scenes on a weekend and that sort of thing, girls and guys to a certain extent, I guess, wearing clothes for approval. And I said that's definitely got to be a function of social approval, i.e., how many likes they're getting on Instagram, Facebook for, the style of attire, without getting too much in it, but it's a real revelation for me. I can't remember people dressing like that when I was young, certainly not myself. If anything, as an IT guy, I looked really, really bad. But the girls, it's just, what's going on, Cassie?
There's a big attention seeking. It's probably a bit, I don't know.
I put it to you that social media is actually the most addictive substance created by man.
It takes over your life though.
It's worse than sugar.
You're just,
it's narcotics. I like my sugar.
Yeah. I think you just become hungry for the likes and the followers, and you just become obsessed over it, and then all of a sudden you're just glued onto technology and not really experiencing the real life, even though everyone on social media might think that you're living this awesome life where you're adventuring, going to all these beautiful places and really living life to the fullest, but really you're sitting there obsessing over, what filter should I put on this photo? What's going to make it look even more amazing? Yeah,
do you think there's a bit of a falsehood around people expecting that, they can get to 100,000 followers on Instagram and therefore, have this incredible life where they're just going to be followed in a digital influencer?
Yeah, well, I mean, how sustainable is that in the long term though?
Well, I've got some evidence, actually. Thanks for asking the question. No, well, recently someone said, look, what I'd really want to do is have a laptop lifestyle. And I've had one. Yeah. I lived on a boat for 7 years in the Whitsundays. I travelled variously around the world, upwards of 30 countries, and took my computer with me, did website work, did digital marketing work, did videos.
Isn't it?
Well, I tell you, the truth is, when you're in Budapest or you're in Istanbul or in some crazy place in Berlin, you hang around with friends, great people, you've probably met through social media as well, but the fact is, if you've got work to do and they're off to the pub,
you're just locked off in a room, aren't you?
Well, that's
or a cafe.
It's a very hard decision to make, Cassie.
I know.
Yeah. So anyway, look, the reality around, that build a big following and travel the world, or get showered with gifts and presents and stuff like that. Look, there's an element of that, but it's really hard yakking. In the end, you've then got to manufacture a lifestyle that fits that following, and that's not
constantly on edge, trying to make sure that you're living up to that image that you've created. And
so there's not a lot of freedom around that, I argue. And look, there is things in my life I want to do later on that are around the sailing scene and world travel and stuff like that, but I don't necessarily want to take people with me, because you've always got to play to the audience. You've always got to answer to the job. And so true freedom, true financial freedom, true lifestyle freedom doesn't come with 100,000 followers or 1 million followers or however many it is. So that's my word of warning anyway.
I think it's just nice to be able to have that ability to just switch on and switch off and have that freedom where you don't care whether you're engaging everyone in what you're doing. I think there's something beautiful about being able to do something and not have to fill everyone in on, look at me, look at what I'm doing, look at this gorgeous place, look how great I look in this bikini or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's just too much work.
Yeah, well, there's that other thing too, and I guess I've got to play to this as well because, you know, a large amount of people watching this are going to watch via LinkedIn, you know, which is a professionals network, you know. And so I sort of say, well, and while it's built on social media constructs, I say, like, come on, LinkedIn, please, keep it real, you know. So, you know, keep it business-like and keep those behaviours well and, you know, make it valuable. And that's why I love the eCentral business shows, because it's bringing in leaders and knowledgeable people sit beside me and have them outpour some beautiful knowledge that is really worthy to share on LinkedIn. Big on LinkedIn, Cassie?
I could be more active on LinkedIn.
Oh.
It's probably my reluctance with social media that stopped that from happening, but I've been working on it.
Well, it's your choice to make, and that's the thing. And you know, I'm a traditional sales guy as well, and you're schooled in the same stuff as well. Like LinkedIn is a professionals community for connecting with other business professionals for some sort of business outcome, be it selling something or being a job opportunity or being, you know, somehow, you know, bring businesses together and work in that way. So that's where LinkedIn fits in. So, yeah, I do invite you, LinkedIn and the video makers out there, please keep it real, keep it business-like.
Keep it engaging, educational, honest, but yeah, definitely keep it relevant to the professional network that essentially LinkedIn is.
Yeah, well, I'll do my utmost. That's my promise, for me at least anyway. Now, let's talk about, on the base that, let's talk about remarketing. Now, I've got a bit of a graphic here. I don't know whether you see it, but this is for me, Google's, and remarketing is, just for those to explain, is where ads seem to follow you around. Like, that's actually a thing, and it's real. And what happens is, so based upon your behaviours online, Google and the other ad services are then serving you ads based upon that. Facebook certainly in the same business as well. And I think they know 60 different things about you. That's kind of scary. That's more than probably I'm happy with.
Maybe more.
Maybe. But anyway, yeah, we've got some flash drives, we've got some Etihad, we've got some Google Cloud Services. No surprise like that. I thought they'd have a bit of Tony Robbins there actually this morning, but no, they don't. But that's interesting, yeah. So how do you feel about that sort of thing? How do you feel about social media and like the ad servers knowing who you are, where you are? What you might want,
I find it invasive, and I feel it's also egging on the consumerism. You're constantly, you know, having things pop up in your feed that makes you, it creepily knows you more than what your friends or family would know.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the internet would have a better idea as to what to get you for Christmas than your family does, than you do probably. Yeah. But yeah, also in the event of being invasive, I think, you know, there's a limit. There's just too many ads in my opinion, and I think, you know, cull it back and stuff and let people have that freedom to choose. Well, that number of ads there is actually on that particular site is by my choosing. 5 of that though? Well, you chose that? Yeah, Facebook, that's one of my sites, yeah. But it's sort of dormant. But that's the thing about remarketing is it for you to know for your own information is that when those ads seem to follow you around, they're doing it for a reason. They believe they know something about you, and that's the basis upon which they're. Now, me as a marketer, I'm kind of cool with it, you know, honestly. Yeah, I mean, in one element, sure, they know the algorithms and your behaviour, so they know when to put an ad in front of you when you need it, when they think there's a need, and then it, you know, eggs you on to buy it. And sure, in a lot of cases, that's quite useful. It's you need to have some form of impulse factor there for people to go buy and benefit from your product. So yeah, on the marketing side of it, it's brilliant. It gives businesses such, you know, exposure to a lot more people. And a precise reach. So precision. Yeah, exactly. And they can choose geographical, age ranges, even professions as well. If somebody's more into, you know, if they want somebody with a tertiary level education, I'm sure they can choose that as well. But yeah, so marketing for businesses is great. On the personal side as well, I think there's you just need to know when to cull it back. Yeah, well, it's a question of you know, having some self-control, I guess, Cassie. Self-discipline. It definitely helps. I'm troubled at time, but that's the brave new world that we live in with the social revolution. And actually, we're just about out of time here, so we're going to have to wrap up on that, Cassie. All right. Time flies when you're having fun. I know. Talking about social media on social media. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some irony about that, but anyway. Look, thank you very much for coming and being part of the social revolution with eCentral. No worries. And we'll talk to you next time. And that's it for now. We'll talk to you next time on the social revolution. Thank you very much for watching another episode of the eCentral Business Show. What we're doing on the eCentral Business Show is we're bringing you business leaders
and the best of the knowledge. We want to bring them on the show and release that content so that that's something that we can share with you by this easy to consume format. So you can follow us across LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Google+, or just regularly visit the eCentral.com.au/show website, pick out the best things for you and educate yourself on that premise. Now there's video content there for you, so you can just watch the video and inform yourself in your own time. We've also now podcasting that content as well, so it's really simple to consume. You can listen to it on the way to work in the car or during your daily exercise regime. Beyond that, we're also looking to connect with business experts. So if you consider yourself to be an expert in your field, please make contact so we can schedule you in and have you come on the show so you can release your content and increase your brand across our format. Beyond that, we also invite people to send us their email address so we can send you our monthly magazine. And that's just the best of the content, the best of the videos for the month, put out once again in an email, arrives in your inbox, so you can just go through and pick out the things that are really going to educate you and advance you in your field of expertise and in business. We're a business-focused show. So thank you very much once again for watching, and we'll see you next time.